are headed to the location of the original Lakeshore Asylum in Knoxville, Tennessee. Before we get started, we need to give you some information on the history of Lakeshore. While our main focus here refers to the original Lakeshore Asylum, I want to be clear. First, we are going to show you the current Lakeshore Mental Institution. Now, these two buildings, while affiliated, are at least 5 miles apart. The original building burnt down sometime in the 1920s. There was never even a court trial. Nobody knows why or how. Alright, this is Lakeshore Mental Institution, currently known as Lakeshore Park. Lakeshore officially closed its doors on June 29th, 2012. Over the years, it housed thousands of East Tennessee's criminally insane patients. Nearly all of the patients were here by court order, most violent offenders. The Lakeshore that stands today is immensely more appealing than the original structure. This was a place to house people with ailments that, at the time, the most brilliant doctors just had no understanding of. And especially referring to the original structure, these were times in which mental illness was equally as hard to accept as possession. These people's family members would become violent overnight, seemingly for no reason. Also, to clarify, while the majority of later cases were court-ordered criminally insane offenders, the earlier you go, the more you would see people committing their family members just for lack of understanding what was wrong with them. At these times, autism could have been mistaken for a possession. The family members that would bring in their own parents, sons, daughters, husbands, wives, they would do so knowing that more than likely they would probably never see them again. And unfortunately, a lot of our current medical conditions just didn't exist in the books back then, so without the proper procedures, this would turn from a jail sentence into a death sentence. It was not uncommon once you were admitted for patients to die. A lot of times they would never make it out. This wasn't so much a place to help people as it was to get rid of them. Now, we certainly don't have a firm grip on mental health even now, but some of the patients here underwent what were at the time new age treatments, lobotomies, and electroshock therapy. It was even speculated that a lot of times the staff members would abuse the patients. They had full authority, legal authority, over these patients, and with little to no understanding of what was actually wrong with them, some pretty horrible things happened here.
In order to get into Lakeshore, you have to walk down a long gravel driveway. It's probably a good quarter-mile long.
Lakeshore has been closed off to the public for quite some time now.
There's a huge field in front of the old Lakeshore, and behind it there's a trailer where somebody lives and they have dogs, and they've actually been known to shoot at people who have come back there. I've had the privilege of going back there.
Having someone on the team who had already been there will be a huge help for us.
We took off running through the field so we could get through without being seen. Then when you get to actual Lakeshore, you have to go around to the side, and there's a basement window. Climb through to get in. So once you get in there, you start out in the basement, and everything's burned down. And then you have to, in order to get upstairs, there aren't any stairs that are really accessible. So there's sheet metal that goes around the staircase, which is very strange, but it's very loud and noisy all throughout the entire building.
Straight into it, or do I look at you or the camera?
Just look at the camera.
Okay.
Tell me about your first experience at Lakeshore.
I guess it was about 3 years ago when I took my first trip to what I thought was the original Lakeshore. Me and some friends had visited Lakeshore Park and went to one of the buildings there that I thought was supposed to be the abandoned Lakeshore that everyone talked about. Much to my dismay, it was not the same. While it was creepy with patient information scattered about, mangled parts of the ceiling hanging down, it was definitely tough to navigate through the building, and there were definitely some paranormal aspects of it, but nothing like the time that I actually got to visit the original Lakeshore. Well, emotions clearly run high that night. It was a full moon. It was really dark. There weren't any street lights, as we had to break through a fence and travel down a narrow gravel driveway. There was a few people with us, so the emotions were scattered about, but it was definitely senses were heightened because we knew the levity of the situation that we were all in as we approached the structure of this building.
What did it look like when you got inside?
It was really dark, cold, and clammy. The only thing that I can say everyone definitely felt together was just a presence, a human presence. Only this feeling that we got was one that someone was with us, and we weren't sure why, how, or whether they wanted us to be there or not.
Do you believe in ghosts? Why are there so many reports of people entering that building and feeling a presence? Why did the original Lakeshore Asylum burn down in the first place? And why did no one in the town do anything to find out why?